Hey everyone, it is Thursday, March 25th. The time is 5:33 p.m. and the temperature outside is around 17 degrees Celsius. I'm here at Broadview Station, and the plan for this one is to head on up to Broadview Avenue, and then I'll walk down to the Danforth. And I'll walk east through the Greektown neighborhood over to Jones Avenue. And I think I'll stick to the north side, and then I'll turn around and walk west along the south side. So this here is Broadview. And there's a 505 Dundas streetcar making its way to Broadview Station. The 504 King also terminates here. Well, one of them does. There's a few variations of the 504. And this is one of my favorite neighborhoods in the city, and it's one that I've been meaning to cover since Patios reopened. Although technically I'm not yet in Greektown until I get to around Chester. This area is known as the Plater Estates Danforth, at least according to the city of Toronto. And there's where McDonald's used to be. And there's a few more reasons why I'm doing this walk tonight. One of them is that today is Greek Independence Day. So if what I read online on my way down here is correct, back in 1821, the War of Independence over Greece was waged. I think that was done by revolutionaries against the Ottoman Empire. And of course it was a successful effort. And someone had suggested in the comments of another video that I come here on Greek Independence Day, so I thought that was kind of fitting. And the other reason I'm here is at 6:30, I have a reservation for one of the restaurants. And I'm about to walk past it. And there's a look back at the Danforth Music Hall. I'm kind of looking for the place I have booked. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, sort of going down or along the north side and then circling back along the other side. So I'll try to keep the camera looking north mostly while I'm on this side. And I'll focus on the establishments on the south side when I'm walking back on. Oh, I thought that guy in the cab was talking to me. When I'm walking back in the other direction. And there is the place I have booked, Factory Girl. Just a few stores over from Z80, an arcade bar that I don't think will be opening anytime soon. And apparently they've got a big patio in the back, so I'm looking forward to that. This is one of the hardest hit areas by all the restrictions that have been coming and going over the last year or so. as Greektown's quite well known for its restaurants.
He did. He basically made like
And this is actually the third video that I've recorded today so far. Earlier in the day, I went down to the waterfront and walked along Queens Quay East and checked out a few of the waterfront promenades. And then after that, I recorded a video where I checked out the first house I moved to in the city of Toronto. And after exploring that neighborhood a bit, I walked over to the Distillery District, and then I caught the streetcar from the Distillery Loop to King Station. So I think that one will be a members only video, so I'll post that for qualifying Patreon and channel members. Those remain exclusive for 30 days, then after that, I'll make it available for everyone.
It's a 10 or 15-minute ride.
So even if you're not a member, you can always head over to my other channel, Johnny Stumbles, and subscribe, and you'll get access to the members' videos 30 days after they've been posted. And maybe on Saturday or Sunday, I'll make last month's members video available for everyone.
So, we'll see ya.
And right now I'm forgetting what exactly that was. Zaza Espresso Bar. The sign in the window says temporarily closed until further notice. You'd think they might have jumped at the chance to reopen.
There's no thought.
It was just last Saturday that places were allowed to have outdoor dining. There's still no indoor dining. And unfortunately, there's been a bit of an uptick in virus cases. That, as the province says, they'd like to make personal care services and salons eligible to open. So this is Chester Avenue. That sign there says, "Thank you for visiting." And on the other side, it says, "Welcome to Greektown." So this place has a nice big patio. It's 5:40, so maybe it's not quite prime dinner time, but I'd still expect there to be a fair bit of people out on the patios. Then again, it is a Thursday, not a Friday or Saturday, which would be much busier, especially in this neighborhood. There's Lewis Cypher. It's a craft brewery. I've been there a number of times. And this might have been the nicest day all year. At one point, my phone was telling me it was 19 degrees Celsius. Here's the former location of Papa's Grill. That's a very well-known casualty of the restrictions that were put in place. And there's, for my money, the best Euros pita in the city to be had at Massini. And the place right next to it that says the Blue Shoebox appeared in the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Sorry, I said that wrong. I'm trying to remember the name. As Olympus Travel. That's another tidbit I read on my way over. I haven't actually seen that movie. I think that goes back to 2002. And it was based on a Greek community in Winnipeg. And it was set in Chicago and filmed in Toronto and Chicago. I always have my eyes open for Casey from the Camera Conspiracies YouTube channel. He's always out and filming in this area, but I've never actually seen him. There's a former Tim Hortons location. That is Christina's restaurant on the left. Right next to the Friendly Greek.
Is your mom here that you're not?
There's another restaurant. It's certainly nice to see people out and supporting these businesses. I have eaten out twice since last Saturday. And did this place close up? We've got this nice big space here and nothing set up. I know they announced that restaurants could start serving customers outdoors again on Friday, and they announced that for Saturday. So a lot of places just didn't have their staff or any of their kitchen supplies and that sort of thing ready to go on such short notice, but a lot more places were able to open on Sunday and later throughout the week. So you'd think by now, anyone who is able to open has opened. Of course, these outdoor spots still provide a fraction of what a lot of these places could have served indoors. You know, it's a nice day when Baskin Robbins is that busy on the patio. So this is Carlaw Avenue. It's impossible not to notice all the closed and vacant storefronts.
We're good. We're good.
Oh, Fornello, that's a very well-known Italian chain.
I guess it's baseball is starting for.
It's a Ferrari sighting. These bike lanes have been a very welcome addition to this neighborhood. They were installed last year. I'll probably make a cycling video at some point that goes across the entire length of the Bloor and Danforth bike lanes. There's Holy Name Roman Catholic Church. And Pape Market. This is kind of neat. So I think according to the City of Toronto, this neighborhood is just officially known as Danforth. And the area to the south of here is Riverdale. Although I think Riverdale sort of encompasses a lot of the neighborhoods over here. And just after Pape, on the south side, will be Blake Jones. And again, I think it's just Danforth to the north of here. That's kind of ridiculous. We have bike lanes here, and there's people that are clearly over 14 on the sidewalk. And there's where Nando's used to be, and it looks like there's a Circle K. That's a variety store chain moving into that location. There's a 72C Pape bus, and that's Pape Station just to the north of there. And further up north on Pape is Pape Village. And the last time I recorded a video along Danforth, I ran into Ken from the Ken Continuum. Seems unlikely that that'll happen, as he's recently posted a video that went along this stretch. He's also recently live streamed through here. So the neighborhood starts to change character a bit the further east I go.
I don't think we
Joe upstairs, Joe. You want a slice? Go.
There's one of the cannabis retailers that's become a mainstay pretty much all over the city these days. And there's a whole lot of them in this neighborhood. And I read reports this morning at around 11 a.m. There was an explosion of sorts just up ahead. Apparently there was a large number of emergency response vehicles right around Jones and Danforth. And one of the comments on Reddit was, I hope the Only and Square Boy were okay. So this is Woody Crest. And I think the next time I come back to this neighborhood, I'll do one much later at night after the sun has gone down. And I'll do that in the weekend, but probably not anytime soon since I'm just doing this now. Although I still might come by on a live stream. Thank you for visiting. So that is my cue to turn around. The Only is just up here on the left, as is Donlan Station. And there's Square Boy, a well-liked burger joint. But I will be turning around here at Jones. It's certainly cooling down a bit from this afternoon. All right, so now I'm walking west in the opposite direction along the south side of Danforth, making my way towards Factory Girl. And I'm walking directly at the sun. Oh, it looks like that lady forgot something. It was nice of that guy to track her down. Actually, it looks like he just handed her a menu. I cannot remember the last time I saw one of these things. Maybe I'm getting old, but I can't make out what the sign trailing the plane says. Happy Independence? Happy birthday? I don't know. I think it says Happy Independence Day to Greektown. Maybe I can freeze frame that and zoom in when I get home. Here's the bustling patio. And I just walked through a big cloud of marijuana smoke. If something good does come out of all this, I think we might see a much stronger patio culture in the city once this whole thing passes. I know Toronto has a program called Patio in the works.
If I were to have to see a picture.
And there is Bar Hop. They've got a number of different locations throughout the city. And we're back to Pape. Those guys were talking about the plane that's flying around.
Oh, circle.
I was holding a door for someone the other day. I don't think it's a smaller hammer.
Happy Independence Day by Greektown with an exclamation mark. So maybe a local BIA put that up, or a very generous person. This is perhaps the most quote-unquote normal it's felt around here for a very long time. At least in terms of the number of people on the streets. It felt positively dead over the past year in this neighborhood. I recorded a cycling video along here last year. And right around the same spot, there was a red Ferrari parked, and I think I included that in my thumbnail. I'm willing to bet that's the same car. Probably someone who owns a business right around there. And this is Carla Avenue. There's another closed up shop. Ooh, I just walked by something that did not smell particularly good. Original Grill. And there's the Fox and the Fiddle.
Yeah, there is. Hey, there is right here. Where are you then?
And here's Mary Brown's. I walked by here in a live stream once and people were practically begging me to go in and try it. Big Mary Monday, $3.99. We've seen a bit of a renaissance of chicken sandwiches lately. Athens Pastries. Brass Taps. Looks like it is no more. And there's the former Tim Hortons. This place was always packed with people just hanging out. Perhaps not spending a lot of money because they closed this one and moved into a much smaller location just over there on the north side. Why am I not surprised the guy blasting that music took off like that? And here's Massini. I'm still upset they closed their Young Eglinton location. That was right near where I lived. And I'm a bit surprised they don't have an outdoor patio. And there's the shop that was used in my big fat Greek wedding, although it was a travel agency and not a shoe store.
They're pulling out and they're not even staying.
That's a good sight, seeing a place so busy. I'm kind of half fishing for a thumbnail when I do that. Usually I just spend 10 minutes or so scrubbing through the video looking for a fairly appealing shot to use for the thumbnail. Although sometimes I get lazy and just put anything up, which isn't very smart because that can make a huge difference on how successful a video is. It's the old, don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, of course people do.
Never, ever. see why.
Oh, there's a helicopter overhead. I thought it was that plane. I don't know if that made its way into the shot or not. I'm eagerly awaiting this new camera the company has offered to send me, as I should be able to do either 4 or 8 times zoom while recording in 4K. This one can only do 2 times, and the older model couldn't do any. I think being able to zoom quite a bit on the fly will add a whole new element to these videos. That's the Danforth Church on the left. So I have left Greektown, at least officially. The Friendly Stranger Cannabis Culture Shop. I think they just sell accessories and that type of thing. I remember their original location over, I think, on Queen Street West. At least that's the first one I remember them having. There is Plater Boulevard. And over in the Plater Estates is the Chester Hill Lookout. I did a bike ride a few days ago that ended up there, and that offers a spectacular view of the skyline. And I did another bike ride starting from there that went through Rosedale. And you can find that one on my other channel. For some reason, not too many people watch that one. It got about half the views that it normally would. Maybe that was the YouTube gods telling me to stop half-assing videos on that channel. I do kind of make uploading lower effort videos a thing on the Stumbles channel. I kind of enjoy it. And here is Factory Girl. They classify it as a gastropub. So if you see me in a live stream, feel free to ask me how it was. I'll just continue on over to Broadview. It's 6:12 and I don't have to be there till 6:30. Here's a neat little place, Sidebar. And there seems to be some police lights up ahead.
Remember, I told you everything that happened when they did the freeway call with her?
Old Nick, rest in peace. Hopefully all these vacant storefronts start to spring to life over over the next year.
But I did drive mask.
I do think there's a good chance, even with the surge of cases, that everything pretty much remains open. They've recently said that prioritizing the servers for getting their vaccines is, well, one of their priorities. So there's Broadview Station where I started, just to the north of there. And to the south will be Riverdale Park East on the right. And then you'll find yourself in East Chinatown. And rest in peace, New York Cafe. That was a neighborhood institution. So I will end this one right now. Thanks for watching, and if you are a channel member, look out for that notification that lets you know that the new members video has been uploaded. So thank you for your support. If you'd like to be a channel member, there's information in the description. All right, I hope you enjoyed this walk through Greektown on a Thursday late afternoon / early evening. I don't really know which would be the best way to describe it. Doesn't really matter. I'll catch you on the next one.